Star boy Kudus Mohammed. We cannot stop talking about the impact Kudus is having as West Ham, and it has got a lot of people talking. He's being touted as one of the players who could win the African Footballer of the Year this year. Could he be the one? We'll see and talk about what Frederick Kanute, a former Hammer himself, has been saying about Kudus Muhammad. On to Kudus Muhammad again, and baby just ASAMOAH, when in an interview last week with ASAMOAH FM, talked about the face of the Ghana Black Stars. It has been interpreted as him trying to hit Kudus Muhammad against his teammate. We'll have a listen to what a politician who listened to that interview had to say about it and Baby Jet's intentions according to this person here. We'll also have a look at Baby Jet ASAMOAH recalling the Ghana versus Brazil game back in 2006. People were saying we were cooked heavily by Brazil. Baby Jet begs to differ. We'll have a listen to what he had to say. But as usual, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. We jump right into it and first start off from the camp of Kudus Mohammed. The man is having an amazing season with West Ham United. He scored 13 goals, he's surpassing the record set by Andre Ayew as the highest Ghanaian Hammer goal scorer. Not that a lot of Ghanaians have played for West Ham, but he has overcome that one there. And it has got a lot of people talking. In this interview here, Frederick Kanute talks about the fact that Kudus Mohammed could be in contention for the African Footballer of the Year. He said a lot of nice things about him. Let me not be the one to spill it. Here's here from the horse's own mouth. Here's Frederick Kanute talking about Kudus Mohammed.
He's really talented. He has everything. He has strength, running forward. He can play different positions. Still quite young, but I think, he's one of the most exciting African footballer around these days. So he definitely has a chance for me.
Yeah, so you heard him there. He's got the talent. He's amazing. And he could be the African Footballer of the Year. He has been amazing. Mind you, he has been scintillating form. And by any other instances to the end of the season, I think, he should be in contention for the African Footballer of the Year. But let me know what you think in the comments box. Kudus is having an amazing time with West Ham United. He's been their brightest spark. He's been their best player. He's been a player who has gotten them over the line sometimes when need be. And he's been very instrumental. He started with West Ham not playing him regularly, and when they gave him a taste of the game, they themselves were like, wow, why didn't we play this guy all this while? And that is exactly what is happening right now. It happened at Ajax, who unfortunately are on a downward spiral, and it's happening at West Ham United. He's become an integral and permanent part of their starting berth, and he's enjoying life. It's quite clear that the Hammers might not be able to hold on to him for long, considering the eyeballs he's attracting and the kind of football he's playing. But Kudus Mohammed for African Footballer of the Year 2024, who says no? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on this one here. And on to my next story about Baby Jet ASAMOAH pitting Kudus Muhammad against Andre Ayew. Now, in an interview with ASAMOAH FM, he was asked who the face of the Black Stars is. He rightly said Kudus Muhammad. And the interviewer, I don't know why he asked that question. It's an interview, so he was tried to trigger him, and said, what about Andre Ayew? And he gave an interesting response. But it has been interpreted as ASAMOAH trying to pit Kudus Mohammed against Andre Ayew. And now the West Ham superstar has been advised to wary of overtures from former Black Star skipper ASAMOAH. Now, in a recent interview, Gyan, who is Ghana's all-time scorer, believes several great players have heralded the Black Stars in recent years, and it's time for the team to be built around Kudus Mohammed. So far, it's obvious. When I say it's obvious, I mean, when I was coming up, we had Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, Suleiman Tari, and at a point, it got to me. Players have come and gone. We had the Abedi Pele era, Stephen Appiah era, Michael Essien era, and the ASAMOAH era. And now it looks like it's the Kudus era. He was also indirectly suggested Andre Ayew should make way for Kudus Mohammed. But Francisca Ije, a politician, believes Kudus should be careful of ASAMOAH. She also advised Dede to keep ignoring ASAMOAH Gyan. Interesting. I just love the way Dede Ayew constantly ignores ASAMOAH Gyan. Gyan's hatred for Dede is so strong that he can't hide it anymore. He uses the least opportunity he gets to indirectly, well, I wouldn't use this to say it's an abuse. What at all did Dede do to Gyan? Kudus Mohammed shouldn't allow Gyan to use him against anyone. He should be far from Gyan. Dede should continue to ignore him. He isn't worth his response, she wrote on social media. Interesting way to look at it. See, the Andre Ayew and ASAMOAH Gyan situation was not handled well. Yes, Gabing Baby Jet has addressed this issue before and said that Andre Ayew is not his friend. And there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Not everyone on the team can be your friend. And it's okay. It's fine. But to say that he's trying to pit Kudus Muhammad against Andre Ayew, in my opinion, is quite a stretch. Yes, it's quite clear. Even Andre Ayew will admit that Kudus is the most informed Ghanaian right now, and the team should probably be built around him, if Andre Ayew would be honest with himself. And there's no qualms with that. So I don't see how these comments mean that ASAMOAH Gyan is pitting Kudus against Andre Ayew. Well, maybe she knows something that we do not, but I, for one, don't feel that is the case. I think it's just one of those things, the way it was handled in terms of the captaincy. Probably Gyan felt if Andre was his teammate and wanted the farewell and the goodwill of the team, he wouldn't have accepted that captaincy and said that he wants the right thing to be done. When Kwesi Appiah handed him the badge, yes, he could have done that, but when you are asked to lead your country, sometimes you're obligated to take it. And I wouldn't fault him so much, though I felt probably he could have also done what Gyan was thinking. But it's all in the past, it's all spilled milk, and I think we should let bygones be bygones. We cannot keep going back and forth with this issue with Baby Jet ASAMOAH Gyan and Andre Ayew. Well, it might never end, but I don't think that is the case. On to my final story, and it has to do with the 2006 World Cup, where Brazil beat Ghana in their first ever round of 16 game. The Black Stars captain was responding probably to a social media post that said that Ghana were cooked. He says we were not cooked by Brazil. Gyan believes the Black Stars competed well in the game and argues that the Black Stars fell short due to inexperience, which was the only distinct factor between the two sides. Experience was the difference in that game. But I disagree if you say we were cooked, bro. Go back and watch the full game, he wrote in a reply to a journalist, Oreko Ampofo. In another tweet, Gyan was, who is Africa's highest goal scorer, backed a comment by another user who said Ghana lost the game to the absence of Michael Essien. The game was Ghana's first ever knockout game at the World Cup. After progressing from the group stages in their first attempt, Ghana were no match for Brazil, who thumped the African Giants 3-0, with Black Stars conceding the first goal just 5 minutes into the game. ASAMOAH Gyan was sent off in the 81st minute after picking up a yellow card for diving. The Black Stars finished the second in Group E with 6 points, beating Czech Republic and USA in that World Cup. And he says we're not cooked, it was inexperience and the lack of Michael Essien. 2006 World Cup, Ghana versus Brazil. Why do you think Ghana lost? Do you agree with Baby Jet ASAMOAH Gyan? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. That has been it for today. Gyan on the 2006 World Cup game. Is Gyan trying to pit Andre Ayew and Kudus against Andre Ayew? Let me know what you think. And Kudus Muhammad for African Footballer of the Year 2024. Who says why not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing week.